What's up, guys? Going to do a quick review for the socials on the 507 competition from Holosun. The full review, I'm going to have two. One's going to be basically a comparison video that I'm going to do shortly after this, comparing it to my first initial thoughts with the Romeo XL that I run and the Romeo Max Pro or Max 3 from SIG. And basically it's just initial thoughts prior to shooting it. That'll be on my YouTube channel. Then I will do another one after I mount it on one of my Lockwoods and run it and get to see how it performs, put it through the paces. But here, a quick review of this is initial thoughts. So there's an XL, and I'll try to get the same height. So this is going to sit just slightly lower than an XL, and as well as the Max 3, as I'll show you in a second. The try to get you good angles, but the window size is it's the same height as far as overall window size. It sits a little bit lower, but so it ends up sitting lower altogether, but also the window size is still about the same height. Width wise, the XL is slightly larger. Both glass is very clean. What I like about the XLs is there's no alteration in your visual. It looks like you're looking through straight glass. There's no there's no fisheye looking or zooming or anything like that like you have in the SROs that I don't like. This has just the slightest distortion on the outside. When you look through it, you can tell that you're looking through glass more than you can the XL. But it's what I do like about it is the options that you have with this. So I'll show you. This is a 2 MOA. If you see that, but you have 8 options, and I'll speed this up so you can go through that. But what's really cool, I got a 2 MOA, and you just saw that. This is adds another option, so you can actually make this more like it's probably like a 6 or 8. Because it adds just a little circle around it that doesn't quite connect at the bottom, but it makes it like an 8 MOA, which is really cool. There's a bunch of other options in here. Boom. Bigger circle. This is a little bit tighter circle to the dot in the center. Bigger circle dot. Circle dot with the inner circles also circled. And then back to the 2 MOA dot only. Holosun likes their circles. So here's a couple angles next to the XL. Shorter in length, a little bit lower profile. Top view. Also, another thing I like about the Holosun, the housing on it is very robust. It looks, time will tell, but it looks like it's going to be much more structurally sound. As I've gone through a lot of Romeos just because of wear and tear. I'm very hard on. I use my guns and my optics. They're tools. So I just use them, and inevitably I break them. So you do that over a lot of round count, over time, and just simply knowing that it's a tool and using it for what you need to, and not really caring about what happens. You're trying to get a job done, that sort of thing. I feel like this, with that thicker shroud, that it's going to be more durable. It could be more durable based on that. The buttons are really easy. They're just on the left side. That's normal. They're flush. You have your windage. You got your dials there to adjust, and then the battery on the side, the battery cover, and that pulls out. You got your battery. So that's pretty much become standard, but I do like that it's going to sit a little bit lower with the same height as the window, almost the same size. Quick comparison to the Max 3. If I put the windows next to each other, they're also the same height, and the width is pretty close. Again, if you're seeing it, the Max 3 might have a little bit more width, but not much, not a whole lot. But I know these shrouds, they're not as robust as these, which is I think that's going to be a benefit, but time will tell. So anyways, we'll have a full review on my YouTube channel coming up. Check it out, and check these out once they come out. I think these are pretty exciting. We'll see. I think you're going to like these. Alright guys, quick video review of the Holosun 507 competition. You guys have seen this out there. I'm going to do a quick video on it. Before I don't have a slide to mount it, but I will have shortly, and hoping to get in the field on the range review at the end of next week, once I have that. So basically a quick look at it, and I wanted to compare it to what I'm currently using, which is the Romeo Max 3, which you see here, and then the Romeo XL, which is there. So if you're just looking at it, a couple keynotes real quick. This is very low profile. The window itself is quite big, but it sits very low, and it's a very small footprint. It's the RMR footprint, so it'll fit in any RMR cuts, which is nice because those are everywhere. Also, the shroud is very robust, a little thicker, so that makes me believe that it's going to be more durable if you use them like I do. They are tools, and I destroy a lot of them. I go through about 2 a year, inevitably, of the SIGs. So this is a 2 MOA. I don't know how well you're going to see that. Let me turn it up. It's got 8. Yeah, this is just the dot option. It's coming out huge in this video, but it's not that big. I'm not sure how to change that to get you guys to see what I'm seeing. But what I'll do is I'll go through the options. There's 8 total, and you just hold down the negative button. That is basically just a circle that's just around the dot. It turns it from about a 2 MOA to about an 8 MOA, really close to that. So if you get the 2 MOA, you won't be disappointed because you can have that. Although you will see a slight gap between the dot and that circle, but in the midst of shooting, you're not going to see it. This is without the dot in the middle. It's kind of washed out, unfortunately. Let me see if it gets closer, if you can see it, but no, you can't. But you can see it creates a very big dot in there. That's just a circle without the dot in the middle, but it's being weird. This right here is also it's just a bigger, even bigger circle with no dot in the middle. Not really coming through on the video again. Sorry about that. This is a small circle. Basically, this is another circle dot, just a little bit different than the first circle dot. Same thing, but bigger. Even bigger. That's going to also have a dot in the middle with that large circle. And we should go back to the dot. So you have 8 options total. I'm sorry that this video my camera does not really show it very clearly. But let's see what the Max looks like. This is a 6 MOA, this specific one. So it comes out about the same, and there's brightness options. I'm not sure how many settings there are on either. I don't pay attention a whole lot to the settings. I just want to get it to the brightness I want, and I adjust that as depending on the day. But you see these kind of look similar. They're being distorted, unfortunately. This is a 3 MOA. So you can't really tell the difference based on this video, but I can tell you the dots on both these are very, very clear, very defined, and no starbursting unless you have astigmatism. But yeah, I'm seeing very good through both of these. The lenses are good. What you'll notice is, like I said earlier, this is a lower profile, so this is going to sit a little lower, although side by side, as you'll see, the glass is very much the same size. Let me try to focus this a little better. There we go. So the glass is very much the same size. The XL has it on width just a little bit, but height, it's going to be the same. I'm going to put it next to the XL, or I'm sorry, the Max. And you can see it almost looks bigger than the Max. Same height, and it looks about the same width, just the shape is different. So, because the XL is definitely bigger overall footprint, and it's going to be very nice that the RMR footprint is so prevalent out there that this will fit right in for all you Trijicon lovers. I think you're going to really enjoy this, and really your wallet will enjoy this as well, because you're going to be able to afford 2 to 1 on these. And once I get put this to actual training on the gun, put some rounds down, I'm going to rough it up a little bit. Basically, I'm just going to do what I normally do and see if it holds up. And it looks like it will. It feels very solid, very durable. They all kind of feel that way until you run them on a ride slide. So I don't know about the SRO. I have shot it. I just really don't like the glass. I don't like how on the SRO, when you look through it, there's like this fisheye look to it, like it's a 1 power. And I know it's not. It just looks that way because of the convex lens. But this does not have that. It has the XL and Max basically hits like a flat glass almost. I know it's not actually flat, but it looks like you're just looking straight through very well. I really like that. This has a little bit of curvature, so you see it around the edges just a little bit more. You maybe see some of that parallax. I don't know what it's going to translate to once I mount it on the gun, but I do know how the SROs feel, and I'm just not a fan of that look personally, the 507 competition. And we will see. Time will tell. I will do another full review once it's on the gun, once I'm running it and I've put over 10,000 rounds through it. I'll actually do an early review, but then I'll do a follow-up with at least 10,000 rounds with it banging around on the slide ride, and see how it holds up. I typically run, just so you know, I might go through a few more. I typically run 136 power factor through my competition pistols. That's just what I have it balanced for with the springs and with the weighting on the slide. If you didn't know that, that's what I prefer. So that's what Gray Guns made me, and I'm spoiled. So this, I think, is just going to continue to spoil me more, especially if it holds up and I don't have to take my optics off and change them every 10,000 rounds. It's just all the better. So we'll see, and hopefully you guys are checking these out too when they come out. For the price point, I think these are going to be a real winner. So it's going to be one of those things. If you're like me, I think I have 6 of the optics, 6 or 7, just for the simple fact that I don't want to wait when I break one. I want to have a backup, and I want it ready to go. And it kind of hurts the wallet when they're running, when optics are running around $600 to $800 for retail. So these being half that or less, it's going to be a real benefit to everybody to try to run multiple guns set up for competition if you're serious. So, or even if you're not serious with competition, just anything else, having them on multiple platforms. I think this is going to be a real benefit to everyone out there. So, initial thoughts, a little biased because they made it basically something that I was kind of looking for. I wasn't really looking, but if I were to build one, they kind of fit my preferences. So already a little biased, but we'll see how it holds up. All right, guys, there you go. the Holosun 507 competition.